This man has a six-pack. How that makes any sense, I have no idea, but we're doing it. It starts with not one, not two, but three tortilla wraps. This is a great start. This is how I start breakfast every day. Okay, we're gonna start with what I think is like steak, like diced up. I don't even know what you'd call it. A burrito? Not your traditional burrito, but we're gonna do some chicken as well. A lot of you guys are obsessed with cursed food moments. There is no place that is more cursed than Jason Derulo's TikTok. There actually isn't. Jason Derulo's TikTok might have single-handedly caused everything that happened this year. So that's our protein base. I mean, healthy so far, but if you thought, well, no, don't think for too long. This is a strong foundation. Now it gets a little bit healthier. We're starting with cheese. I think he used a mixture of like mozzarella because it was white and then something more like orange, processed cheese. Let me move this to make sure you guys get a good view of this. So I think the next ingredient is mayo. There was some white sauce. It could be anything. This is when we add the hot Cheetos. These are like a knockoff hot Cheetos because budget. I want to be critical of it. I am hungry. It could taste good. You might have guessed nacho cheese sauce. Why is it chunky like that? If we haven't horrified Mexican viewers, we will now. We're only like a minute in and this is getting spicy. This is some hot sauce. You know what? This might actually add something to it. The other ingredient that he uses is kind of like onions and like tomatoes, but I'm using just pre-made salsa because we've got a lot coming up in this video. This is the most mild recipe in this whole video. Like I actually saved the crazier ones for later, so you guys have time to like mentally prepare. In the video, he doesn't cook this. He just rolls it up. How is this? Interesting. It's like changing a diaper and it's just as filled up. I think one more tortilla wrap will be key to like fully tuck in the baby. This is leaking. Also, things you don't want to hear when you're changing a diaper. We're gonna, wow. I feel like this might work if we squish it. And then I feel like this would be elevated if it was cooked, but they didn't do that in the video. They just, when you come up with a creation like this, I don't think you're too worried about cooking things. This is like the TikTok moment. I'm gonna break my table. Is it cake? Let's find out. Either we hit the table or it's real crunchy in there. So, 1, 2. That is so incredibly wet. It doesn't smell too bad. Like, the filling tortilla ratio, it's kind of incredible. This is what they use to take photos of Chipotle burritos. And then you go to the store and it's like, this is the lighter version of the snacks from Jason Derulo's TikTok. This is Jason Derulo on a diet. We're gonna eat this one because it's got more like that steak and meat. Wow. Have you ever eaten a leftover Mexican burrito? Now imagine it's also expired. 4 days later in the future, basically it tastes like that. I'm thinking in which scenario I would eat this, maybe as a last meal. That's it. That's the only scenario. So this is a great start for this video. We're gonna move on to the next one and I'm gonna have one more bite of this, but that's seriously it. I'm probably losing my mind at this point, but it started and I was kind of grossed out and then I was like, maybe, just maybe. This is the biggest box of donuts that I've ever bought. This is a representation of me outside Krispy Kreme, waiting for the donuts to be made. I bought all these donuts because I honestly thought that this could work. And then I realized I have the world's tiniest waffle maker. There's a few things that I don't agree with this recipe and I will let you know. The whole Jason Derulo food brand is the insanity of it. I know that brand well. Even to me, this is like a lot. Because we have the world's smallest waffle maker, we're actually only gonna make one donut instead of 4. It starts with just one single donut. It looks so wrong, but it sounds so right. It smells so good. That is the world's best smell. Like, there is no close second. It's like a Belgian waffle. That looks so good. Suddenly I've changed my mind about this whole thing. I want to absorb this smell. Like, into my armpits and stuff. It's becoming like caramel because the sugar is so hot. I came here full of judgment, I'm not gonna lie. Are you kidding me? This is the single most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It is caramelized. What they do in the video is the marshmallows go before the chocolate. And here's the thing, the reason why I don't agree with this is because if the marshmallows went on top and when you put it in the oven, it would go all like crispy and like chocolate s'more, it would be incredible. But you know, so on top goes the world's worst chocolate. I actually used to think Hershey's tasted good, but recently I've eaten it and it tastes like it doesn't have sugar. It tastes like it's not sweet. It's got like a weird aftertaste. It also doesn't taste like chocolate at all, but it looks incredible. So I'll give them that. Oh my god, the next one going on here is gonna be so hot. So we're gonna put this in the oven now, and this is gonna be, it's stuck to the plate and the whole thing is melting. Oops. So this is gonna go in the oven for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna show you the results in just a second. So, we've had a bit of a situation. It's a little bit crispy. Well, the good thing is the marshmallows did toast up in the way that I wanted, so that might be good for flavor. So this is gonna be the top of, I'll never get over this. This is extremely hot sugar now, so unless you want to rip off your eyebrows, I wouldn't recommend standing too close. This one has cooled down a little bit. I mean, it's still not too burnt. It's mostly the marshmallows, caramelized, burnt. It's all the same. This is going to be the good part. I feel like a lot of the sugar is lost in the waffle maker, which in this case, it is a good thing. I kind of want to try this with like a cheeseburger. Future video idea. But this, ooh. Was that my skin being burned? Top 3 of the most interesting looking things that we have ever made. Thank you, Jason Derulo, for whatever this is. It is so hot. This is such a bad idea. That's incredible. It's got this fresh bakery flavor to it. The Hershey's chocolate, it's incredible in here. It's a bit grainy, but it actually adds like texture because it's a bit burnt. The marshmallows, I don't even know what they do. I can't taste them. The donuts alone, like even without the filling, I did not see this coming. From this video, like the fact that I want to sit here and eat the whole thing, I am as surprised as you are. That does not look like something that I should be enjoying as much as I did. This video is a world of possibilities. So we're doing that. We're gonna start by making the pancake colors. So I think one of them was blue. Colors is not my strongest skill in life. So we're just gonna, let's see what happens. So this one is supposed to be, it was more like a yellow in the video, but this is it. This is like a purple pink, I don't know. And this one is supposed to be like a red orange. They don't look as intense as I would have ideally done it. You know what? It is never too late. So that'll be that looks radioactive, but also kind of delicious. That color fixed my color blindness. Like suddenly I can see it all. So that is the colors that we're gonna go with. The amount of toppings that go into these pancakes is so insane that I'm trying to remember, but I probably won't. So I'm gonna start with the blue one, and I think to this one, we're gonna do the white chocolate chips with the blue one. This is supposed to be non-stick. Do we trust? It's that kind of day. They're gonna taste great. These are American style pancakes, so they're supposed to be really big. The thing about cooking pancakes with food coloring is if it cooks too quick, the color will just disappear. It will be brown. The reason why I don't know if this is a good idea, even though it looks incredible, the white chocolate is gonna burn. Okay, let's try. I'm losing 3 years of my life with anxiety. Okay, 1, 2. That was surprisingly good. It's a bit crispy and like burn on top, but I'm gonna try to only fix the top one. So for now, we don't really care. For this next one, we're gonna do the radioactive red. If you thought that the white chocolate was too much, this next one is some crunched up cereal, of course. It's Jason Derulo's world. We're all living in it. 1, 2. That's more like it. That looks kind of good from this side. I kind of want to show you. Why does it look so good as well? Like, doesn't that look incredible? This should be the top one. I'm gonna set it on the side. This is burning a little bit because of the sugar from the cereal, but nothing can stop us at this point. I've never had a crunchy pancake. I think the texture might throw me off, but I also could be the best thing ever. I think in the video they use miniature Oreos, but I checked the price and it was more expensive for less Oreos. The best thing we can do is to flip it quite early on so that it doesn't burn. I think you can barely see which topping they use on the next one, and I'm pretty sure it's white chocolate again. Ooh. That does not look better. This is the very last one before we can plate this creation. So, I left it too long. It's really difficult. It was easier with the first one. I was about to get so mad. This is really hot now, so I think we can switch it off. Counter. Nope, this way. Okay. The first one is straight up raw. It feels like liquid batter, and so is this one. That does look good on camera, to be fair. That actually looks pretty good. Why does it look so good? Obviously, we're gonna do some fruit on top. We're gonna slice some bananas and just put it on top. This might be the only healthy part of this whole video. Like, these 4 slices of strawberry. We're trying to make this healthy, so, you know, if you're really watching now, oh my god, why does it look like that? It's the caramel sauce dripping for me. So let me try to give you an Instagram shot, because I feel like this is very much one of those Instagram foods that no one actually attempts to make this, but it looks pretty on camera. I don't know what happened with me today. I've been possessed by like the ghost of like, is Martha Stewart alive? Betty Crocker? The ghost of Betty Crocker, because this looks incredible. That is a beautiful stack of pancakes. You can really see the Oreos, the chocolate chips. This actually looks great. I'm gonna save this one for Instagram and the thumbnail of the video. So we've got the pancakes in here. I love how we're eating it on a bowl, like a granola. If you've ever eaten granola, you're probably not watching this video. It feels a bit raw. It does smell like raw eggs, so. It is raw. I would be lying to you if I said that it didn't taste good. You can taste the Oreos, you can taste the cereal. It's not crunchy, it's weirdly soggy. However, there is a flavor and a texture that runs through the whole thing, which is raw batter. I don't hate it. That is the definition of a cursed Subway sandwich, and they make a tuna melt. I'm not gonna enjoy this, but we're doing it. Did anyone know that cotton candy comes in a bucket? I am so confused by the need of this. It very much looks like a Subway sandwich. I think that's what they were going for. It's like a foot long versus, I feel like adding water would be a mistake. We're gonna slice it with the serrated knife. This is like cutting into the seat of your car. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. I have no idea how gummy bears could improve the consistency of cotton candy, but it's really difficult to not make all of this. You know what? This is taking too long. That's great. We put it on the plate. On top of it, they go for 4 scoops of ice cream. So I tried to match the ice cream in color, but those colors were actually forbidden in European food standards. This is so crazy. By the way, this is called a Winter Wonderland ice cream with candy snowflakes. Let me give you a side view of that. Like, what is it, honestly? If this wasn't enough, they used Twizzlers, which I don't have, but I've got these. The ice cream is making all of this melt because it's liquid, so I can see my sandwich shrinking. Oh my god, this is so insane. People sometimes call me insane for all the cakes that I order for videos, for all the sweet things, desserts. I know I can be a bit much with my content, but I've never been this much. That looks like a designer handbag. Apple's new headphones. When a foot long is too much for you because you're not too hungry. I will not enjoy this. There is no point on trying this, but I've made it, and now I'm gonna, it's like the guy who created Frankenstein. Oh my god. See, I want to give it another bite. This doesn't deserve another bite. The cotton candy melts in your mouth kind of nicely. It is a nice texture. I would be lying. This literally gives you a headache because of the sugar, but also because of the texture. I do not believe that anyone who's ever had a bite of this has a 6-pack. That is not real. First of all, this is so ridiculous. One thing I will say, the food looks good, but the camera being inside the oven is the most extra thing I've ever seen. And the slow motion of the cheese. This one, it looks pretty good. I've got all the ingredients. This is gonna be my dinner. I couldn't find a plain pizza base. The ingredients are not that crazy with this one, apart from the fries, but we'll get there. That does smell really good. It's like a really good spaghetti bolognese or something. I wasn't gonna use the whole thing, but I changed my mind. Let's just do it. On top of this, we're gonna add cheese. Not much. That is a little thicker than Domino's, but anything is. So here's my favorite part. These are curly fries. So I've cooked them already. I'm afraid this might go a little too crunchy, but I think they were cooked already in the video. The idea of this video was more horrifying in my head when I was on TikTok than it is the actual realization. I'm like, I might be the only one, but I do get it. I think this is pre-cooked, which is more appropriate. Why does that look so good? If the pizza like pie holds this whole thing, I will be seriously impressed, because as soon as it starts to bubble up with the cheese, it's gonna be like, to this we're gonna add some jalapeno peppers. I don't love these because I find them a little too spicy. I mean, what's a spoon in there? And the last ingredient, it wasn't very clear where it was, but I got some American style barbecue sauce, which apparently is different than the one we use in Europe. It's like glossy and like thick. It is 50 shades of brown. That is how I would describe this. That is also how I would describe, you know what? We're gonna leave it at that. Play some Italian music, please, because I honestly can't tell if this looks like a really good pizza or a terrible Papa John's. How do we slide this out of here? Honestly, I think this is one of the less horrible things in this video. When you need a serrated knife to cut a pizza, that's when you know it's real. First of all, the parchment paper is falling apart and mixing with the pizza. Somehow an improvement of texture. Oh wait, we should get a slow motion of the cheese. Wait. Why does that look so good? I deserve jail time for this, but there is no other way to eat this. It's almost like a spaghetti bolognese, cheesy fries meets pizza. Wow. That is spicy. Oh, that is really spicy. This is one of those things that it's like, is this the best thing I've ever eaten? Possibly ever. This improves fries. It improves pizza. Barbecue sauce. Incredible. It's one of those, you know, like, is this going to be crunchy and like sweet, or is this going to be soggy, eggy mess? Let's find out. This is a very interesting mix of cereals. I'm gonna make sure we get more of the marshmallows than anything else. This is like a tour of American gastronomy, a cultural experience, if you will. When I look at Jason Derulo, I don't see that. I feel like he's never even had a whiff of this. Like, just smelling this would be like, this is really satisfying though, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we might be crunching these a little bit too much, but it's gonna be fine. I think they used this back in the day for like, to blend like spices and stuff. Just imagine the face of my ancestors watching me crunch up Lucky Charms. I'm gonna leave some of them a little bit just thicker, because I feel like that will add some crunch. Otherwise, this is basically flour. I'm happy with this. We're gonna move on to making the French toast now, which should be interesting. We should have a serrated knife, which I don't know what it is. I feel like me and looking for a serrated knife, so I think that will be sufficient. I mean, after everything that we've been through, this has to be sufficient. I don't think in the video, wait, do we need sugar for this? Does French toast take sugar? I don't know. I feel like the cereal will be sweet enough. So this was vanilla extract, so we're gonna add some milk as well. And we're mixing it with a wooden spoon, because I cannot stress enough how little kitchen appliances I own right now. I feel like a little bit of sugar would probably go a long way, but the cereal will be really sweet. I'm low-key running out of space here, so we're gonna try to be as efficient as possible with this. Also, there might be some salmonella cross-contamination, but in now, without making too much of a mess, that is beautiful. Wow. This is broken a little bit, but haven't we all? I feel like that's gonna be good. I don't see any other scenario other than this being delicious. Like the butter is browning up, the sugar is like crisping up. Might set my kitchen on fire, but it is worth it. Why is that low-key like the most beautiful thing ever? Like I would pay so much money for this just because I think this is gonna be so rich that I think 3 is already stretching it. I'm gonna coat that in the sugar. My biggest fear is that this might, let me try to spin them so you guys can see the beauty of them. This is like, it's like a cursed fish finger. It is cooking on the other side really nicely. Wow. It smells like s'mores a little bit because of the marshmallows. Or maybe it needs a little bit longer. I'm gonna let these cook on this side for a little bit longer, and we're gonna plate these just the same way they did on the TikTok video, but like, I am excited. Okay, like, I'm not mad. I do think it's cooked. It could be a little bit more golden, but I'm afraid that it might start to lose the color. Like, I don't know exactly how I feel about this on camera, but in real life, I mean, it's one of those, you'd have to be here to see it. If you guys watch the video, what Jason Derulo does is he tops it up with some pancake syrup or maple syrup. I don't want to do too much though. Sometimes we go the extra mile because it's like, I mean, it is a ridiculous dish. This time around, I honestly think I'm gonna like this. Please don't taste of raw eggs. No words. Roll the credits. Are you kidding me? It is creamy. It is sweet. I have never encountered a texture like that. I cannot stress enough how good this is. This is incredible. Someone please let me know that this was a thing that already existed, because I'm about to take credit for this. I'm about to take this to a whole different level. I've just never eaten anything like that. That is not what I expected from this video. Was this the biggest turnaround in the history of my YouTube channel? Like, I honestly came into this video expecting something crazy that was just gonna put me off food for like the next 2 weeks. This goes in #1 of the greatest things I've ever eaten. I would love to do a part 2 of this. If you guys want to watch that, you know what to do. Liking the video is the easiest way to let me know that you guys want to watch a part 2. Otherwise, we'll just do something probably more insane next time around. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoy my videos. If you don't enjoy my videos, please don't subscribe. Please go. I'm gonna link and credit Jason Derulo's TikTok in the description down below, so if you guys want to go and check it out, it is a world of its own. Like I said, I would love to do a part 2, so please, like, if you want to watch it, do let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to have, this will be a special moment that we shared regardless. I love you guys, and I will see you on my next video, which should be in 1 or 2 days. Bye bye.